All right, guys, watch this video for Tuesday, October 24th. Today was extremely slow. You can see the SPY gapped up and kind of sold off all day. We're still hanging out near all-time highs, but it was really slow. I went I want to say the first half hour or more without a trade. And that's because I wait, right? I wait and until I have an A+ setup that all my parameters are met, I just don't take the trade. And I think that's one of the things I'm best at. If I had to brag on anything I'm really good at, it is not having to be in a trade. We teach that in our course. You should not take a trade unless and until you have an A+. And really the gist of everything I do as far as my stacked catalyst trading system, and timing entries and that sort of thing, it all boils down to only taking trades that should work right away. And that was all born out of me, learning to trade, and I felt like invariably every trade I took, I was underwater immediately. And then, then I would fall into the genius idea, well, I'll just buy more because I can lower my average price. And yeah, you guys have fallen into it, right? You know the drill. And I just got so tired of being underwater and having to hold and hope it comes back, or wondering if I should average down and blowing out accounts from doing that. That's what this whole course and everything I do, and if you've seen my equity curve, it's all born out of that. I hate being red in the stock. So if I could emphasize anything, it would be patience. Learn entries. Learn what stacked catalyst setups are. And then don't do anything unless all your parameters are met. And make sure also that you're not fighting the SPY. So having said all that, before I go into the watch list, let me just slide this over real quick. Little screenshot. We've got another happy hour scheduled, as you can see right here. November 2nd. It's on a Thursday. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. Right after the closing bell. We're going to have some cocktails. You see the whiskey by my name and the wine by Wayne's. That pretty much sums the two of us up. All right, so we thought it'd be fun. We're going to have a game of Jeopardy. It's always fun when you're drinking to play a game, and it's mostly for fun. But also, we definitely want you to bring any questions about anything you've ever heard in any of our videos, anything that we do. You're wondering anything about our course or what we teach that's different than everybody else's. Maybe you heard me talk about a trade in one of these videos and you'd like it explained or something. Anything, doesn't matter. We'd love to answer any and all questions. Wayne and I are both very consistently profitable, which makes me feel comfortable saying, hey, I'll take any questions. Now, if you ask me something about options or something that I don't know, I'll just tell you I don't know. Okay, I just trade stocks, and I've kind of given you the gist of why I trade what I trade. And I'm going to go into the watch list now. So anyway, hoping that happy hour fills up and we have a whole bunch of people in there having fun with us. Let's see. There's SPY, and I'll show you IWM real quick too. Still kind of hanging out at the bottom of a range, but the top of of the longer term chart, pretty much hanging out near all-time highs. My list for tomorrow. You know what? I threw CCIH on watch again because it didn't really roll over. But I don't love it. There's just no volume in this thing. I loved it over this little flag here because then you've got a catalyst, maybe another catalyst, 200-day maybe. I don't know. But I went ahead and threw it on watch one more day in case Chinese stocks get going or something. The chart is still intact in my opinion. SRAX, I don't really like the way it looks now, but today could have just been a pullback on lower volume and it might rip tomorrow. So keep that in mind. You want to be careful right now trading the lower price stocks that I'm in love with, because whenever we get into the thick of earnings season, we kind of shift over and start focusing more. Some of the earnings plays or the more normalized price stocks, for lack of a better way of putting it, tend to give better setups during the thick of earnings season. Something to think about. Actually, the only time I'll consider trading after hours is in earnings season because there are some nice trades to be had. Although I wasn't watching any today. NEOT. I talked about this one, kind of holding support. If it really falls apart, falls out of bed tomorrow, I'll probably quit watching it, but it's still sort of intact. What I'd like to see is an afternoon breakout, which if you notice, these are 15-minute candles. So here's the big move. The next day, there's the opening 15-minute high right there. Next day, the high of the day was right there, right at the opening 15 minutes. Yesterday, high of the day happened in the opening 15 minutes, and today, same thing. So, not very pretty daily chart anymore. It looks like it wants to roll over, but if it could chop around and hold this $1 to $1.10 area, and then break out of a tight range in the afternoon, that would be the first time it's done that since the big move. And afternoon opening range breakouts, afternoon tight range breakouts on a recent big mover can be powerful. So for that reason, I know I just threw a lot at you. For that reason, I'm keeping this one on a chart for tomorrow. RGSE, got to zoom in to see it. Big move, lower high, lower high, lower high, and it's putting in higher lows as well. Today, I actually called this one right here, right there. And if I showed you on 1 or 2 minutes, you would see that it didn't do this right away. It went up a little bit. Maybe I'll do that. Let's go to 2-minute candles. Easier. Well, I'd almost have to go to ones, but it popped a little bit, and then came back down a little, and then all of a sudden just ripped to 240, like someone did a 200,000 share market order or something. Unfortunately, and I would have never even thought to do this, I didn't have offers out because I was just trying to manage the trade. When I saw this spike, I thought, ooh, we've caught one. This is going to be the big one today. And then the very next candle it did this, and again, I got long like here and ended up selling like here maybe, you know, made a couple hundred in it versus what I thought would have been a really nice trade. I don't know what that was, but that kept me in it for a little bit because I thought, hey, I could use another one of those and rip through the half and might have a big one. Having said all that, let's go back to the daily. I still want to watch it. It's still kind of holding the 8-day moving average, and that action today was which was pretty weird and gives me reservations about it, but still going to watch it tomorrow. It's had some good news lately. XNET gapped up today and then sold off most of the day, but this red candle here is still just a partial retracement of a very nice move. Bigger volume today. Probably needs to come in another day or two, but I think it's worth watching even starting tomorrow for a turn back up. MARK. I don't know. This one's been in the news lately. It's had some pops that got thwarted again here. Looked like it was rolling over, taking out all support here, and next thing you know, it's right back up. So this isn't a beautiful chart, but a little bit of extra volume today and closed strong in kind of an ugly tape. So for that reason, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. That's MARK. HTGM, nice breakout today. I had this on a chart because I liked the recent action. I'll show you a screenshot of my call in chat today. You can see the timestamp 1:44 Eastern. HTGM 246 idea, 236 stop. Going to 5-minute candles. This volume kind of put it on my radar, so that's where I called it 246, 236. We got a pretty quick move over 15 minutes to 260, almost 270, and then we got a nice end of day close. So the thing was never underwater more than a penny or two, and it was certainly never near the stop. And it's back on watch for tomorrow because nice volume today. The 200-day was resistance here. And now again today, we'll see if it can get a follow-through day tomorrow. But a nice breakout today, and we were on it. SNES, big pop today. Not sure why, but massive volume. We'll look for maybe a red to green in that one tomorrow. IMMY. Again, you had this big pop, but it gave a lot of that back intraday. Couple really quiet days, both days closing below its open. Still worth watching for a turn back up. Hasn't done a 100% retracement, so I'm still interested in it. ADHD. After the gap up and run, it gave a lot of that back on an intraday basis, but I had 2 nice long trades in it this day. And it does run nicely at times, and then you've got a lower high and another lower high, close to a gap fill. Maybe this thing turns up tomorrow. Not in love with it because it's well off the highs of that big day, but it did have good news on that big day, so we'll watch it. And lastly, I haven't put this one on watch in a long time. I'm putting it on watch now. This thing had a crazy move from under $5 to almost 40. And look at this. It hasn't broken a previous day's high since then. And today, actually, a little downside shape. You do have some support in this area right here if you go across. So I'm watching for a bounce in this one tomorrow. I'm not in love with it, but it's been down so many days in a row that if it does give a good setup, shorts might be pretty quick to cover. Why? Because it did this. Okay, they know what HMNY is capable of. I'm not really bullish on this chart. If I was an investor, I wouldn't be looking to nibble some here, right? Thinking, oh, it's going to go back to here. But as a trader, we might get a good setup tomorrow, so it's on watch. That's it. Not a big list. Be careful out there. There is, it's just really dead today. I'm hoping that Monday's out of the way. We catch some nice trades tomorrow. Another green day for me, but nothing to brag about. But certainly my equity curve is still grinding higher. And hate to say this because I don't want to jinx myself, but no red days in October yet. So hopefully I can keep that streak alive as well. All right, enjoy your evening. Yeah, that's it. We'll see everybody tomorrow.